AEW is in serious trouble. And this video today from Wrestlelamia says that the honeymoon period for AEW is over. Let's go.
Wrestlers going into business for themselves with backstage heat, dissatisfied talent, backstage fights. Clearly the honeymoon is over for All Elite Wrestling, but is the company headed for WCW territory? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at why the honeymoon is over for AEW. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and the non-wrestling channel Incredible.
I've always liked this song.
Well, it all started off so well. AEW's 2019 debut was a breath of fresh air wrestling fans and wrestlers alike were looking for. The first national wrestling promotion since WCW folded in 2001, and one that promised to do things differently, booking a combination of indie darlings, veteran stars and up-and-comers with plenty of potential. But not only that, but AEW would book the product intelligently, focusing more on athletics than over-the-top storylines that insulted the fans' audience. And for a while it worked. Not only that, but it worked very well. AEW produced must-see television, fantastic matches, and pay-per-views that over-delivered. Ratings for Dynamite were so good that it crushed the WWE's attempt to stymie it by pitting NXT against it.
Yeah, and this is something that has come up very recently. Triple H saying that AEW beat, the developmental brand, when he had reiterated time and again that NXT was more of a third brand. It was funny, but we all know the truth.
So much that Warner Media extended AEW's contract with a bump in pay. Behind the scenes, reports indicated that talent got along with veterans lending their support to younger stars, and
do you see that
working to build new stars. AEW was going to show the wrestling world that a promotion could treat its wrestlers like more than cattle and give the fans an entertaining product that delivered their money's worth. There's no denying that AEW gave its fans a strong product, but there's also no denying that the first national promotion since 2001 enjoyed a lengthy honeymoon period.
It did.
Both fans and critics, with occasional exceptions, gave the promotion a pass on things like the nebulous status of its executive vice presidents, as what exactly does that mean? The uncertainty as to whether AEW's wrestlers were treated as independent contractors or employees, and AEW's mediocre video games division.
Yeah, that is something I have personally wondered about, is are they considered as independent contractors? Because I know as long as Vince was there, they had these contracts where they would be considered as independent contractors. But I don't know if that's the same for AEW. I don't know if that has changed under Triple H, but I guess those details will emerge eventually.
There were signs of trouble. Even during the pandemic, AEW thrived, with its fans enjoying a distraction from lockdowns and the company holding the financial line. However, there were signs of trouble, including Tony Khan's subtle assumption of full control of AEW's booking from its vice presidents, and the growing sense that Khan was signing any free agents from the WWE, despite earlier statements that he would be particular about who he signed. Signing people such as Paul White and Mark Henry may have given AEW a small pop, but so far they've delivered nothing in the long term.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Henry has been on commentary. I mean, sure, his career is said to be over.
There's been many problems, as number one, talent overload. No, in fact, Tony Khan seemed to go into hoarder mode when it came to signing talent. With the WWE making drastic cuts to its roster, Khan now had the proverbial pick of the litter when it came to talent. Now, to his credit, he signed some major stars, including CM Punk and Bryan Danielson.
CM Punk would have never gone to WWE anyway.
Not enough TV time. But while AEW's roster continued to grow, its television time remained static. AEW's Rampage program added an hour to the cable TV, but Tony Khan's decision to book up-and-coming stars for the most part quickly established it as a B-show and deprived fans of seeing their favourites and new arrivals. Number 3, damaged goods. Now, as popular as they are, Bryan Danielson and CM Punk are examples of two wrestlers who are damaged goods. Danielson's past medical problems are well documented, as is the injury that led to his first retirement, and his recent injury suggests he could be one injury away from permanent retirement. While CM Punk's injuries aren't believed to be extensive as Danielson's, his foot injury is a reminder that he's 43 and not the same wrestler he was when he left the WWE in 2014.
Yeah, I think damaged goods is a little harsh because, yes, they are much older than they were and they are a little past their primes. And CM Punk especially is not the same CM Punk we knew in 2012, 2013. Same for Bryan Danielson, who, coming back from neck issues and all of that is definitely something else. I don't quite know. Like I said, damaged goods is a little hard for me to, I wouldn't take that.
Number 4, Cody Rhodes' exit. What happened
Big one.
between AEW and
Big
Cody
one.
Rhodes? Well, Cody has kept silent on what led him to walk away from the promotion. He played a large role in getting off the ground. But even before his exit, there were rumors that the American Nightmare wasn't even happy. Number 5, MJF's complaints. Now, the biggest warning sign was MJF's vocal complaints about being underpaid compared to ex-WWE talent. While he received a raise after his initial signing, he was still being paid less than the other former superstars, including Mark Henry. Given his spot
Which
in the
is
upper card,
crazy.
arguably the main event, it's easy to see why he felt he was owed more, but Tony Khan wouldn't even budge. Despite the belief among some fans that MJF and Khan's beef was an elaborate work, that doesn't seem so. Number 6, buying Ring of Honor. Now, another problem that is overlooked is Tony Khan's decision to buy Ring of Honor. While Khan scored the highly desirable Ring of Honor tape library, his efforts to re-establish the promotion has been shaky. Booking Ring of Honor's pay-per-views in AEW have taken a toll, with Khan having to delegate some of its booking to others. Number 7, Tony Khan plays the long game. Well, one thing Khan may have going for him with his many signings is that he may intend to use them in Ring of Honor if he can arrange for TV time for the show. The problem, of course, is that he hasn't landed a TV deal and he has a large roster with little time to work. There's also no guarantee that Ring of Honor will succeed, although Ring of Honor is not owned by AEW. What other problems have arisen? Well, AEW's backstage bedlam. Or whatever the causes and their influences on the product, AEW is not a big happy home for wrestlers and nothing resembling a paradise. Here are some of the major problems the promotion has experienced with backstage bickering and brawling. The first is CM Punk.
Speaking of which, you guys have, of course, you keep up with the news. It's not new to any of us. CM Punk and the media scrum. That was very controversial. Even if it's true, I don't think there's a time and place to address this, and I don't think in front of the media is the best way. And especially him just out off kilter, just going off on Colt Cabana unprovoked. That was really, I really don't know what to say about that, but there was a different way I think it could have been handled, and that definitely wasn't it, because there are rumors on Twitter that CM Punk may have been let go from AEW, which, if turned out to be true, would be crazy. But Dynamite is tonight. Of course, I'll check everything on Twitter because we don't get to watch Dynamite live, but we'll see.
Punk. For a wrestler who seemed like such a huge signing, Punk has turned into a major pain in the ass. Rumour has it that Punk is difficult to interact with, which is why Hangman Adam Page insinuated Punk isn't in the company to help it, but to help himself. Punk's response in calling out Page when he knew he couldn't respond was seen as Punk's receipt and led to outsiders like Booker T and Freddie Prinze Jr. hinting that Punk's backstage reputation was much different than how his fans see him. The rumour that Punk threatened to walk out on the 17th August Dynamite evoked memories of Punk walking out on WWE, leading some to wonder if Punk is a prima donna.
That might have been the
Another
best
was
thing
the
for
Eddie
everybody.
Kingston Sammy
Now
Guevara
looking back at
altercation.
it.
Now, another anecdote dealing with backstage bickering involves something beyond trash talking. In this case, a reported allocation between Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston. Fightful Select recently reported rumors among talent that we've heard about said that Guevara and Kingston had developed heat and it evolved into an altercation. The word backstage was that Guevara made a comment about Kingston's physique and Kingston took a swing at him. Fightful later provided more details, with the report hinting that Guevara is difficult to work with. The report noted that Guevara didn't have people exactly angling to work with him after his feud with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
Right.
Furthermore, Guevara called Kingston a fat piece of shit in a promo for the match at All Out, a promo which later was edited out. Kingston reportedly felt that the promo would make Sammy look bad because Kingston was going to win the match and Guevara would look bad by being beaten by, well, in his words, a fat piece of shit.
Right.
Fightful Select reports
Got
Kingston
that.
shouted at Guevara and Sammy smiled, leading to Kingston pie-facing him. But Kingston responded, "You know the truth, I wouldn't lie. I was wrong for being unprofessional. That is the blind fact. He did what he did, and the public can judge that.
That was
I know
very
for
big
a
of him
fact
to do.
I was wrong."
I think it
This
was.
spat could lead to their rumored pay-per-view match being cancelled, another sign of behind-the-scenes bickering affecting the on-air product. But it's also been reported that Thunder Rosa is a heat magnet. A current AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, is reportedly persona non grata with at least 2 stars, which has led to rumours that the injury which kept her off All Out was a cover story to let the heat on her die down. According to the Voices of Wrestling podcast, Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker are mortal enemies. There are also rumours circulating that Jamie Hayter has a strong dislike for Rosa, which may be due to Rosa accidentally breaking her nose during a match.
Yeah, this Thunder Rosa thing, I don't think it's a cover story. I have heard that story, that part of it, but I've also heard that it is a legitimate injury she has suffered.
One story circulating is that Rosa hid in the bathroom after the match, fearful that Hayter would beat her up for real. While PW Insider reports Rosa's injury is legitimate, taking her off TV to let the heat die down would be yet another sign of the company losing control backstage and its product ultimately suffering. But are things going to get worse? Well, is the morale going to get any worse? Well, here's some potential factors that could worsen the situation. The first being the grass looking greener in the WWE. Although Tony Khan stated he has many AEW stars locked down to long-term contracts, fans have heard rumors of AEW stars rethinking their options.
Malachi?
Next, that Triple H is in control. One of the reasons WWE superstars left the company was their disgust with the WWE's booking and what they saw as Vince McMahon's antiquated ideas about what makes for entertaining wrestlers and the types of wrestlers fans want to see. If recent weeks are any indication, Triple H, who replaced McMahon in the creative department, has a different vision.
And
so
content.
far, it appears that wrestlers who would get a good push from Vince McMahon are just who Triple H sees as the future of the company. AEW wrestlers who felt as if they had no chance in hell of getting over during Vince's reign may now see things different with Triple H. Number 3, a bidding war goes both ways. Or will the WWE be willing to pay the big bucks to sign AEW talent? That's a story that's been going around ever since USA and Fox executives supposedly expressed interest in the WWE signing talents like MJF and Wardlow. While potential WWE signings will want to remember that the WWE normally reserves the right to end any contract after 90 days, the lure of a large payday may be enough. A bidding war seems likely, although AEW may not have the resources it needs if our next talking point plays out, as will Warner Discovery keep AEW? One problem that may trouble AEW wrestlers is whether Warner Brothers Discovery will keep AEW around when its contract expires. As we've discussed before, even if the company wants to retain AEW, they may not give them an increase in their deal, which would likely affect AEW's ability to keep talent and sign new talent. But there you have it, folks. Why we think the honeymoon is over in AEW.
Right,
leave your comments down below.
You know, this is a very well made video. Of course, I did have some reservations with him calling Daniel Bryan and CM Punk damaged goods, but I kind of see the point. That was still harsh nonetheless, but yeah, AEW is fast turning into an asylum with some of the things that we have heard recently. Of course, I can't keep up with the product the way I would like, because like I said, in Ghana it's not shown live. It's only shown like 3 days after, which is merciful at least. But yeah, just comment down below, let me know what you think about this. The honeymoon period is definitely over for AEW. It's like the worms are starting to get out of the can, if that's the right way to say it. But check out this video where I looked at the top 200 OMG WWE moments from 2022 so far. I will see you in another video. Peace, my G's.